got to play better. And obviously, when you turn the ball over the number of times we did, it makes it harder. And each turnover adds to that. I thought our defense did a heck of a job of responding to some short fields, and I thought they played really well. And I think there's times, offensively we did some good things, but we were inconsistent, and obviously didn't do the things to sustain drives. The third down conversions, and there's times where we put ourselves some pre-snap penalties and some things that make it harder against a good defense. And I thought there was a stretch in the second half. I thought that our punt team and I thought Andy did a good job of we're trying to change that field, and you got to be able to take advantage of it, and we just weren't consistent enough doing that. And it was obviously a game we've got everyone can learn from. There was some really good efforts and good execution, but as a team, we got to be better.
We'll start with Jeff Petrikis.
Yeah, Paul, I mean, playing Hankwitz's defense with a veteran quarterback is not easy. What are some of the things they did to make Graham uncomfortable, you thought?
Yeah, I think that it was obviously they're a good defense, but the way they're playing the coverage. If you miss on some balls, you take a look at some of those picks. They're going to try to keep it in front of them, and you were able to get the big play to Chim in a run situation. But a lot of those, the one comes off of Rucci, and there's they've got defenders behind it. With the other pick that where he kind of is off on it and sails it, and they're able to take advantage of it. And I think they do a good job of mixing up their coverages just enough, and got some pressure. He got some scrambles that were good plays for us, but obviously we got to take care of the ball on those. But we just weren't consistent in on third down, and just sustain drives and keep them going. But it's we knew going in it was a good defense, and we didn't do enough against them.
Colton?
Yeah, Paul, kind of a two-parter here. When did you know that you weren't going to have Danny Davis and Kendrick Pryor this week? And then what do you think that did to the offense not having the top two receivers?
Yeah, Danny, probably the beginning of, early in the week, you never know how they're going to respond. And so KP, it was really all through the week. You thought that we'd have they might have a chance to play him. And yes, we want to be have the ability to play with all your guys, but, also felt confident going into the game, and what Jim has done, and the opportunity to get Jack Dunn back, and so we were still confident and felt like we'd be, you certainly always are going to miss. You want everyone on your team to be playing, but new coming in, but we've got to be better with or without them.
We'll go to Tom Oates.
Hey, Paul, can you hear me?
Yep, I don't see.
Yep. Yeah. You've had some strange games down there and some big losses. Does this kind of fit right in with that? What's going on there? Is Northwestern maybe just a bad matchup in some ways for you guys?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're a good football team. First of all, you got to give them credit, and you can't. You turn the ball over and you look at. I know the games we've played before. You turn the ball over, and we've got to. That's going to make it hard against any team, but particularly a good team. So I think those are it comes down to you still have to play the game and execute, and we didn't tonight well enough offensively, and you go back 2 years ago, we really didn't. Last year, we struggled a little bit. I think we had two defensive scores last year, in the victory. I mean, they're a good defense and a good team, and we've got to play better to beat them.
Jim Polzian.
Paul, Graham hasn't had a ton of adversity to deal with, and sometimes easy to forget that he's a freshman. How do you think he handled that today? Did you think he got a little bit rattled as the game went on?
It's he certainly, I thought he was himself, and yet I think there is that's one of the great things about football. It is an emotional game, and I do believe what drives him is doing all he can for this team, and when you're not able to do that or do it enough, right? Those are good. It's a growing situation, and this one was painful for a lot of us, and we got to learn from it, and we got to take away what we can from it and go forward. But that is I don't know there's many quarterbacks that play that don't go through those highs and those lows, and you got to find a way to continue to work through and be consistent when things are going well and when things aren't going well. And it's how do we learn from it, and how do we respond is going to be that's the opportunity that we have right now.
Josh Schaefer.
Paul, when it came to the passing game, did you think that you guys just kind of were getting the separation to get open, or was it more what Northwestern was doing in coverage?
I think it ends up probably being a little bit of both. That it's that there was times where we had decent guys to throw to, and then we're off on it, and then there was times where they did a good job of challenging us, and I think that it would have been tough, and that's what when you go up against a good defense, you're going to get that, and that's why when you have those opportunities, you've got to be able to take advantage of them, because they're not always going to be there.
Steve McGargy.
Thank you. I was just checking. You talked about how this is kind of an opportunity for y'all to learn from this, but just how do you move forward? It's going to be tough to win the division at this point. How do you move forward and bounce back from a loss like this?
Well, I mean, you get another opportunity to play, and that's what this is all about. And I've always believed that you play it out, and then at the end, you see what you've earned. It's never been just about the end. You're going to miss the best part. If you play a game just worrying about whether you won or lost, you're going to miss the best part, and that's playing the game. And the same thing can be said about a season. If you're just going to be worried and focused only on what's at the end, then you're going to miss the best part of the journey, and that's the day in and day out. And so, we didn't win today, and we got to learn from it, and then we get another opportunity, hopefully next week, to play, and it's all of our job to take advantage of that opportunity. And you go, and we're playing, good football teams, and we're excited to play them, and that challenge and opportunity is enough.
Got time for two more. We'll go to Jeff Tricus.
Yeah, Paul, you had some success with the running game, not consistently though, but Berger appeared to be the one guy who was able to make some yardage for you. Does he continue to warrant more touches, both as a runner and perhaps as a receiving threat?
Yeah, I thought he did some good things today, and obviously, and this, a running back it doesn't just happen for him, right? I mean, I thought there was good design, and guys executed it, and I do think that he's earned rights for it. And I also, at the time, it was a big fourth down run that Nakia had, and I think we had another one to kind of start. It was might have been to start the second half, early on. I mean, we're going to need all of them, and so it was good to have Grosh back, but we're going to need Nakia and Jalen and Grosh, I think, for us to be as good offense as we can be.
We'll wrap it up for Coach with last one for Colton.
Well, obviously, I know you haven't had a chance to watch the game back, but were you happy with the amount of pressure you got on Peyton Ramsey tonight? Seemed like you were able to get into the backfield, but only able to tally one sack.
Yeah, he did a nice job that way, and I thought we did. We had a few. I know they were backed up, and Leo was coming in and kind of slips and falls. And I know Isaiah was close on a couple. Nick was close. And I think that's when you play a veteran quarterback. He does a good job of he's athletic enough and enough savvy that, he's not going to give you those negative plays. And I thought he did a good job of finding some checkdowns and kind of minimizing what could be bigger losses. And, but you're right. I thought we had some DBs I know coming in, and we had some. We pressured him, but we didn't really get to him. But it was he's a good quarterback.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.